Choosing a college is a big and often stressful decision for both young adults and their parents.
In the last decade, overall college enrollment has dropped. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, in 2010, 68% of high school graduates enrolled in college right away, compared to 62% in 2021.
College enrollment rates also differ by sex. In 2021, 70% of female students enrolled right away, compared to 55% of male students. And some college-bound students we spoke with say they are rethinking where they'll apply because of a 2022 landmark decision by the U.S. Supreme Court.
Reporter Heather Graff has new insight on the potential impact to families, schools, and even healthcare options on campus.
So size, class size, and college size.
The college conversation.
Study abroad.
Yes.
Between students and admissions consultant Jen Jesse often starts with a list.
So relocation size is optional.
Things they're looking for in a school, from selling points to deal breakers.
You start from the very top, which is budget. Every student either is going to have an unlimited budget or they're going to have a very strict budget.
Jen's test prep and college counseling business is based in Virginia, but she works with kids all over the country.
They light up when they find their college. That's, for me, my favorite part.
And besides cost, some of the most common considerations she hears are things like campus and class size, majors and minors, rural or urban, public or private, plus distance from home, and even the weather.
I think for every student, the factors are different because it's based on the student's life.
Yet over the last year or so, Jen says a new factor has emerged for some students and parents.
There are students that are just not considering certain states. Like, that's just a reality.
Because of abortion laws.
Because of abortion laws, yeah.
Strong opinions stemming from the U.S. Supreme Court's June 2022 ruling that overturned Roe v. Wade, thus eliminating federal abortion rights and leaving the decision up to individual states.
I would say this generation is very, they know what they want. So they'll say, I'm not going to a college where I don't have any reproductive rights. That's not happening.
A recent poll by Gallup and Lumina Foundation surveyed about 6,000 currently enrolled college students and found 72% said reproductive health laws in the state where their school is located are at least somewhat important to their decision to stay enrolled, 20% calling it extremely important. And the results were comparable when researchers asked another 6,000 college-age adults who were not currently enrolled.
I would definitely say it was extremely important to me.
Madison Lilly is a freshman at Georgetown University in Washington, D.C., and says her pro-choice views played a big part in her college decision.
My mother went to WashU in St. Louis, so I originally had intended on applying there. But especially when Missouri became one of the first states to really start pursuing abortion bans and restrictions, it made me reconsider it a lot, and ultimately I didn't end up applying there at all.
We also spoke to students on the other side of the abortion debate.
As someone who is pro-life, I don't want it to be a political thing. I want it to be a way of life.
Larissa York is a senior at the Catholic University of America who acknowledges many in her generation are pro-abortion rights, but says they don't speak for everyone.
I do know from my own experience that the pro-life movement is alive and well, especially among young people. Like, if you go to the March for Life, there's a ton of young people.
Meanwhile, the American College Health Association says the reversal of Roe v. Wade is impacting schools as well and creating confusion for staff in on-campus health centers.
You're under the Hippocratic Oath to provide the best care possible, and you want to give a student in crisis all the options that you can that are evidence and fact-based. But at the same time, in the back of your mind is am I going to be charged criminally or civilly for aiding and abetting or something?
What about the issue of funding public colleges and universities that, for instance, receive state funding? Is there a concern that if they push back on this, that they could lose funding potentially?
Absolutely right, because state legislatures also control the purse strings of the academic institutions in a lot of cases.
In response, ACHA CEO James Wilkinson says his organization has developed new guidelines and recommendations intended to help colleges navigate the challenges of providing reproductive health care in a, quote, changing landscape.
I can assure you that our members are going to abide by the laws that govern them in their state and localities. So there's just adding as much clarity as we can to the process for both students and providers.
Rank them.
Yeah.
This was number 1.
And while there is no one-size-fits-all solution when it comes to choosing a college,
Every single student is going to have their own individual search.
Jen's advice to students now more than ever is this.
Just know that you're not locked in and you can always change your mind and find another college. If things aren't working out, there's other colleges out there.
No matter what you or your prospective student are looking for in a college, the admissions consultant we spoke with says you should spend time talking to students on campus before you make any final decisions.
Another piece of advice for parents is to know the laws in the state where your child's college is located.